As data is ingested, metadata is automatically extracted. Metadata may be extended and updated at any time and is the basis for search and discovery. Metadata can be constrained to specific values through the definition of a metadata document, which may be created and maintained using the metadata library. Metadata documents are organized into namespaces. There is a global namespace with system-defined metadata documents and other namespaces created to describe users' data as needed. Create a new namespace by clicking a namespace and selecting Metadata Namespace, Create. A metadata document is comprised of elements, sub-elements, and attributes. Data may have one or more metadata documents attached as needed to describe the data. Documents can be attached and detached at any time using Asset Finder. A new metadata document may be created by clicking the namespace into which the document will be created and selecting Metadata Namespace, Create Document Type. The document may be given a name and description, and an element may be added by clicking the Element menu. There are selections for adding elements before or after the current element, and for sub-elements and attributes. In general, elements and sub-elements are preferred over attributes. Elements can contain multiple values and structures and offer more flexibility. Each element, sub-element, or attribute may be assigned a description, and whether it is mandatory or optional. For elements and sub-elements, the maximum number of times the element may occur when populated may be assigned. The default is 1. Select whether the element or attribute should be indexed for faster querying. Unless you know the element or attribute will frequently be the basis for a query, there is no need to select this now. It can be selected later, whenever necessary. Each element must be assigned a type. There are many types to choose from. Depending on the type, further constraints may be specified. For example, for string you can specify the minimum and maximum length, a Java regular expression that the string must match, whether it is mixed case, and a hint for how many lines to display. In this way, a metadata document can be built up to describe any data. Elements can be reordered using the arrow buttons. A status bar indicates whether there is any missing value that must be entered before the document can be saved. Existing documents may be edited by selecting and right-clicking. The same process is used for both creating and editing metadata documents. The predefined metadata documents in the global namespace may be examined for examples of metadata documents. There are documents corresponding to many of the file formats for which metadata is automatically extracted, such as DTED, NITIF, and so on, as well as a virtual document describing a generic asset.